If I bought a property for $200,000 and at the time that I die, it's worth $1 million, that's an $800,000 gain that my kids would have to pay taxes on if I don't have a revocable living trust. The revocable living trust allows my kids to get that step up in basis. That $800,000 gets stepped up to $1 million. Now they can turn around and sell $1 million property and pay no capital gains tax on it. That's a tax-free wealth transfer. So what's the difference between a revocable trust and an irrevocable trust? A revocable trust is like having a safe where I hold the combination. I can open it up, put stuff in, lock it back up, or take stuff out whenever I need to. It's a flexible tool for managing assets while I'm still alive. An irrevocable trust, on the other hand, is more like a locked vault. Once I put assets into it, they're in there for good. I can't take them back out. And if I try to pull anything out, I can be hit with an estate tax as high as 40%. Revocable trusts give me flexibility and significant tax advantages, making them an excellent choice for controlling my assets and efficiently passing on wealth. Choosing the right trust depends on how much control I want to maintain and the financial goals I have for my estate. If you're setting up for the future, think carefully about
all right, well, you definitely have to pick the right trust, that's no doubt. But the misinformation, or it was very misleading in that video, because it's not a revocable trust that will result in you not having to pay capital gains tax. You can have an irrevocable trust as well, or even through a will, because the operating point is it has to be an inheritance. So with an irrevocable trust, it depends on how you structure it, because if it's a grantor irrevocable trust that you have not fully given away for estate tax purposes, then absolutely the children will still get that benefit that they do not have to pay any capital gains tax. So that was very misleading, because a revocable trust is certainly not the only way that the kids will avoid paying a capital gains tax. You just have to make sure that it's not a completed gift, and that is very important. Another very misleading point in that video was that you have no control anymore with an irrevocable trust, and that's really not true. You have still a lot of flexibility, because you can include a power to swap, which means you can swap properties of equal value. So if I put it in an irrevocable trust and it's worth $1 million, but I have another property outside the trust, I can swap it. That's one area that we can maintain control. We can maintain control by having your occupancy rights. We can maintain control by having your income rights to the property. We can maintain control by switching out your trustee, so you can swap out your trustee if you're not happy with them. We can maintain control by saying that even in an irrevocable trust, that when I pass away, if I put in an irrevocable trust that my kids will get it in equal shares, I could still change my mind. So until the day I die, I can decide that, you know what, I'm going to give everything to my grandkids now, or even to a charitable organization. So we can control the ultimate disposition of your assets, even with an irrevocable trust. So that video was just distilling concepts in a misleading way and making things a lot simpler seeming than they really are.